I'm logging into my pussy now.
I'm telling you something you necessarily shouldn't know now. A hunting simpleton was taken downtown because it thought it was the place to be, but the police station tasted like sex and bad decisions, and everything started to go wrong for the wayward cunt, and everyone started to make fun of her and called her names and threw a few projectiles at her and ended up ending her life.
A slimy little bastard was caught taking his best friend out the ride of his life, but his life was on the line and everyone told him that he would be fine, but he wasn't, and now that he's dead everybody's famous. I'm trying to get some cock.
An ectoplasm was caught floating around the studio late last night, and by the time I had rushed over to the studio it was all damaged and there was a glue-like substance everywhere, but I thought the janitor had been masturbating again, so I didn't say anything cause I didn't want him to rape me with the mop again.
Are you silly?
Just a little.
A terrified asshole was taken to custody after he set one of the local bullies on fire for doing something that it shouldn't have done. The authorities were called after the bully ran around screaming on fire and was howling so bad they thought it was a werewolf, and the little bully ran into one of the farmer's plots, and with the werewolf howling the farmer got so scared he shot the flaming bully and went out and poked it with a stick, but the stick caught fire, and then the farmer started crying and singing and then called the cops and said he was dead. And then the corpse came down, masturbated all around and screamed until no one heard.
I told you, Hank, if you continue to bully people you just may meet the same end as said bully.
And I said if you don't stop eating dick you'll become one.
It's a little bit too late for that now, don't you think?
A local chef at Mommy Diners was caught whipping it out in front of the staff and customers, and the little bitches that the customers are demanded a refund and sent 20,000 reports to Mommy personally and told her that if she didn't fire the chef they would personally see to it that she was placed on a stake and alley and burned like a crazy witch. When Mommy showed me this letter I leapt up in excitement and did the Macarena and Harlem Shake, and Mommy beat me with a rolled up newspaper until I piped down and behaved like a lovely boy, but I made sure all her letters of apologies were burnt so the people thought that Mommy didn't care, and now they have a warrant out for her public burning.
Hank, you are a horrible person. I cannot believe you could even think about doing that to your lovely mommy, let alone doing it. Do you realize how much I have sacrificed for you? I don't think you do, and I hate you.
The only thing that you could have remotely sacrificed was getting pounded on a Monday night.
And what would you know about Monday nights? The only thing you know about Monday nights are bedtimes and fairy tales.
Do you honestly believe I go to bed early and you read me fairy tales?
No, but I gotta say something, cause I know that the Child Protective Services have cracked down on me and are watching this show because they are looking for just a minor little thing to take you away from me.
Dear Child Protective Services, take me. Take me now.
Dear Child Protective Services, fuck off. Fuck off now.
Mommy, listen. They don't care for you and they are not gonna listen to some drunk spaced out slag like you. My advice is to go home and kill yourself in the bath, you fucking slit wrist.
Why don't you slit my sexy wrists?
They are fat, not sexy fat, I said, you dumb shit.
Dear Adult Protective Services, you see what I have to put up with? You hear this horrific shit? Do you think I can continue to live with this abusive 10-year-old?
Even the Adult Protective Services don't care for you, Mommy. In fact, no one cares for you.
I want you dead.
Maybe someday that will happen, but for now, suck my cock.
And you said I'd say anything for attention. You are the most disgusting piece of shit I have ever seen. I'm surprised the universe hasn't stricken you down.
And I am surprised a truck hasn't knocked you down.
The third degree. A sugar-based ice cream was mauled at the local mall because it was branded as moisturizer, and everyone thought that there's no fat in moisturizer, so they thought that if they eat the moisturizer they won't get fat, and they ate it like there was no yesterday and they woke up the size of China.
I'm just surprised they didn't wake up in your vagina.
And I am surprised you don't have a vagina.
A woody woodpecker was flown in especially for doing crazy shit to the local mahogany wood, and all the woody woodpecker would think of was when he was gonna get to peck his next wooding victim, and there was never any condolences or a condolence prize, but people reassured the woody woodpecker that by peckering at the wood that it would guarantee a late condolence prize by the end of the month. But as expected, there was no condolence prize, and the woody woodpecker went to his attackers and pecked their cocks off and distributed them to the local dickless.
I pounded my skull off the ground last night for shits and giggles. Does that count?
Count as what?
A condolence prize.
For me, maybe.
Alright, you little cunt.
A local rapist was reported to be furious at the locals for not reaping what they sow, and that's the end of it.
I always reap what I sow into the minds of these brainless cowards.
Don't touch me, you slut.
I wouldn't touch you if you were the last clown on Earth.
Oh, and that reminds me, I am embarking on my new tour, the Last Clown on Earth tour, and would love it if all my fans could join me. Tickets start at $60, and I'll be on my best behavior, if you know what I mean.
And I wouldn't pay shit to see you perform, or whatever you call it.